Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back again with another true crime reading. This time it's on Greenberg. So I'm going in pretty blind here as I don't really have much information on this, but I asked for reading requests and some people in the Discord said that I should do Greenberg. So the only thing I know is that she was allegedly stabbed 20 times and it was ruled a homicide, then it was ruled a suicide, and then it was re-examined years later and ruled a suicide again. And people are like up in arms at the fact that it could be ruled as suicide because apparently she had stab wounds in the back of her head. And I think there's like 20 stab wounds. So they don't understand how it was ruled as suicide. And then people are saying that there might be corruption. So I'm just going to take a look at this. Like I said before, I don't really have much information beyond that. So I'm just going to go in kind of blind and see what we get. Remember, these readings all are different tables only. And if you have other true crime reading requests, put them in the comments down below. And let's get started. And please remember, if you like these, hit that join button down below to join the YouTube members. There's a lot of additional content, stuff on angels, hell, demons. You can win a reading from me. There's pick of cards. It's the join button down below. All right. So, Ellen, what happened? Who did it? And why? Betrayal. Okay, so the why is betrayal. That's backstabbing and betrayal. Who did it is the judgment card, which means that there's more than one person involved. And it's also about your support system with the judgment card. And then we all let different things personally. And then what happened is the hermit, isolation, introspection. The sun is upright too. So that's about relationships or happiness. That's Ellen, relationships and happiness. Seems like she was isolated. Okay, so, okay. Okay, you guys are going to have to help me, for those of you that are familiar with the case. Since I went in here blind, I'm a little confused. So this is about wanting to isolate her or causing her to be isolated. A lot of times I've pulled stuff like this, especially with a judgment card here in the Ten of Swords, as a betrayal from those around you. You know what I'm seeing in my mind's eye? Have any of you seen American Horror Story Cult, where Sarah Paulson's character, spoiler alert, is kind of gaslit by her loved one? That's what this feels like. Her loved one, I think Allie or whatever. The girl who looks like a Cabbage Patch doll. I can't remember the character's name. I think it was Ivy in the show. Anyways, I'm seeing that, which is like your partner gaslighting you and like driving you crazy. There's definitely some level of, yeah, the hermit. Why are they trying to drive her crazy? Okay, the moon is about lies, deceit, deception. The page of wands is saying one thing and doing another. This is gaslighting. And the hanged man is reversed, not wanting to let go. I feel like she was being driven to do something crazy or to be crazy. Like, I'm serious. Like, almost as if like it's like if you wanted to break up with someone, but you were just going to drive them crazy so they break up with you. It's weird. Now, it's interesting here, right, that we have the Ten of Swords also, because she was obviously stabbed in the back of the head, and the Ten of Swords is that. But the Ten of Swords is a betrayal, which means that, one, I do think that she was betrayed by someone around her. But two, I feel like she was being betrayed by someone around her before she was even murdered. Do I think that she did this to herself? No. Do I think that she wanted to do something to herself? That wouldn't shock me, because it seems like she was gaslit a lot. The Knight of Swords is a knight in shining armor, right? The Five of Swords is pettiness, though, issues with details, okay? And then the Tower, dramatic, catastrophic event. So it's like nitpicking and nagging and like finding issue with everything. I feel like she was mentally toyed with. Granted, maybe she had mental issues, but it doesn't matter because this is about someone toying with her. It's almost like if you found evidence of someone cheating on, like, it's almost like it would be like if she found evidence of being cheated on and then was gaslight into, like, not believing it's real or something like that. Like there's definitely, and so I said, I feel like she was being betrayed even beforehand. I have a hard time believing that her partner was super faithful. That I can say, especially with the Sun and the Ten of Swords. That's a betrayal of a relationship, especially when you have the Judgment card here. It's giving a little Chris Watts energy to me, where it's like there may be another, maybe like a mistress or something. But either way, there's definitely some level of stepping out of the relationship she was in. I think were they married or fiancés? I'm not sure, but there's to me, allegedly, for interpreters only, I do feel like that. Two of Wands, Seven of Wands, and Three of Pentacles. Oh. Huh. Wait. There's... Okay, the Three of Pentacles is a job, but that makes me feel like police. The Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands. Hold on. Chariot, Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. I will say, it feels like someone connected to... Whoever did this, someone that was close to them helped. Chariot and Ten of Cups. That's like a getaway car, like a family member who, you know, picks you up in a getaway car kind of energy. And the Queen of Swords is upright, which says that they didn't like this person. So they didn't like Ellen. Anyways. But what's interesting is, so the reason why I'm seeing a cover-up is because it feels like someone has information on someone else. I don't know if I would necessarily say blackmail as much as I would say that, like, maybe blackmail, but it's more along the lines of, if one person, if you found out why, if this happened, it implicates someone else. Okay, I don't know how to explain this to you with what I'm seeing. And since I went in blind, it's going to be hard to connect the dots. It would be like, let me give you a great example. And this is just an example. It would be like if let's say that you found out your spouse was cheating, right? You get gaslit into believing that they're not cheating. Your spouse who was cheating on you with someone of the same gender, right? Let's say like, oh my God, they're actually gay, right? They cheat on you. They don't want the person that they cheated on you with freaks out and is like, oh my God, no one can find out they were gay or something of that nature, right? Or maybe we're doing something illegal, whatever the case may be. And so things get heated, the heat of the moment, an altercation happens, the murder happens. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. So I guess to put it into simpler terms, I don't know who did this, but I will say that it feels to me like it's someone that she trusted, someone that she felt close to, someone that she feels like she was gaslit into thinking wasn't betraying her, that was betraying her, someone I do feel like she cared about. Do I feel like she had suicidal tendencies? Yeah. Do I think that played as much of a role in her murder as we're being led to believe? No. I believe that whoever did this did not intend to do this. It doesn't feel like it was an intention for her to be murdered. In fact, if anything, it would be like I was driving you to break up with me, not driving you to hurt yourself. And then something happens and then there's a murder. Like, maybe you could get me to believe that there's like some level of like catching someone in the act of doing something crazy and then mercy killing, but I don't know if I feel like that's true, because realistically, it feels like it does not feel like the intention was for her to die or be murdered. It felt like the intention was for her to separate and fuck off, essentially. It was like, I want you out of my life. It doesn't really feel to me like the intention was to murder. When it comes to the actual murder, that's where it gets messy, because I'm like, it doesn't feel like it was planned. It doesn't feel like it was organized, which is why I'm confused. Can I say something? Justice is upright. Wheel of Fortune is reversed. Okay. Can I say something? I'm not 1,000% convinced that this was her spouse or her lover. I think it might be someone connected to them. Like perhaps if they were cheating, their spouse they were cheating on, or if there was, it feels like, I will say this, whoever did this, I feel like her significant other at the time knows exactly who it was and why they did it, but will never speak on it. So whether or not it was them, I can't tell you, but I do know that they know who it is. And I will tell you there's a third party involved somehow, whether it be just emotionally involved or financially involved. Maybe there's some dirty business, I don't know, or if they're the one that did it. But there are 3 people standing in front of me. I'm sorry, I'm like channeling a million different things. This video is probably so fucking confusing and you're probably all mad at me, but I'm trying to figure this out. There are 3 people standing in front of me, okay? Ellen is being gaslit. Her partner has someone in the shadows behind them. This person in the shadows behind them is not known to Ellen, and Ellen is being gaslit about. The person in the shadows, to me, is involved in the murder. I just can't figure out if it's directly, it might be, or indirectly. Either way, they burden responsibility towards her death. Her significant other at the time knows who this is, knows what's going on, will never speak on this. I keep seeing someone close to her significant other helping them, but I'm also feeling like they were not planning to murder her. That's why I'm like, it doesn't feel like they were planning to murder her. It's almost like they had to go along with someone else's psychotic break. There's someone else here, you guys, and I can't figure out the puzzle piece. And I know this video sucks because I feel like I gave you no answer, but my conclusion is there's someone else here, and I feel like they're more responsible than we realize, and they are connected to her significant other hardcore, like super hardcore connected. It does give me a little Chris Watts vibes. It gives me American Horror Story cult vibes. There is a third party here that is extremely important and extremely involved. And I just can't figure out if it's direct or if it's a metaphor and they were indirectly involved. But I will tell you that it wouldn't shock me if her significant other wasn't directly involved and was actually indirectly involved. And that's why this case is really hard to solve, because they're not realizing there's a third person involved. There was someone else involved. It's like if someone was like, I'll take matters into my own hands since this isn't working, and I'll force you to make a decision because I'll get rid of her type of vibes. There's a secret that they share. That's what I mean. It's a secret that they share. Oh, this video is really, really confusing, and everyone's gonna be mad at me, but I can't figure this out, and I'm so confused myself. Oh, I feel like I failed this reading because I don't understand this. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. And I know I'm like close to the answer because I keep seeing the same shit replay over and over again in my head, and I'm missing some piece of information that's related to American Horror Story cult that is like the metaphor for this, and I can't figure that out either. perhaps one of the job titles. Maybe this person's job title is similar to someone in that show. Because I know in that show there's like a secret cult, right? And it's like everyone in the town who is like a job is actually in the cult. So maybe there's something to do with that. But fuck, I can't figure this out. I don't know. That's the best I can do. I feel like, I don't know. You guys, I tried. I'm going to leave it there. This one's hard. I think this is the most confusing one I've ever done. Granted, I went in blind, so maybe that didn't help, but like, I need to go over, if you guys are familiar with a case, can you comment down below what you think is going on and what you think I'm seeing? Because we need to go back and forth and figure this out. Because I'm just not convinced. There's a third person. I see them. They're manipulative as fuck. And I feel like they're the main source to blame. And that's why I can't figure out if they're directly or indirectly involved. But it wouldn't shock me if they were directly involved because something's mischievous. I see them slipping in and out of somewhere. Like if they got in and out of the house or something. Like if you went in and out of a window type of vibes. Like it's some shit like that. Like where they're... There's a third person. I do not believe that her significant other just came in and killed her and left. There's a third person. There is someone else here involved. And that's why we're confused. And that's why they keep ruling this as a suicide, because they're not realizing there's someone else involved. Or maybe they do and they're just trying to hide it. I don't know. But I'm leaving it there, you guys. I don't know. Fuck it. If you guys like that, join the YouTube members. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like I failed. I try my best. I feel like I was all over the place because there's a lot going on here that I did not realize. I thought this was going to be a cut and dry case. It is not. And I don't even know if there's evidence that will help back up what I'm seeing because it feels like it was never found. Was there a book or anything?